Knockout punch sounds good to me. You know how we're going to do that, though? We're going to do it like those Aikido masters. So someone throws a punch, instead of punching back, you just move out of the way, stick your foot out, and they trip and fall down. So we're generating a grassroots coalition of the informed here, people all around the world who are sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke. They've been completely let down, like Christian from Iowa, by their conventional medical doctors, and they're looking for a solution which is sound, clinically tested, and developed by physicians. Well, that's us. So guess what? We tell Candace what to do. She gets better. She tells everybody in her life they get better. They tell everybody in their lives they get better. And before you know it, nobody's going to see the MDs anymore for chronic diseases. You're going to see MDs sitting on the side of the road with signs, "We'll do a tonsillectomy for food," whatever. That will be the happiest day of my life. Let's go to Christian and dial it in. All right, Christian, welcome back. Are you still with me?
I am still with you.
All right. How much do you weigh, please?
I weigh 160 pounds.
So I'm assuming that the accident that you were in left you with bone and joint trauma?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, were you paralyzed at all? Was the spinal cord involved?
Yes.
Okay. So what part of your body is paralyzed?
Currently, I have a spinal cord injury, and I had a double disc cervical fusion done on my neck.
Yep.
And I have the Lomsac inverted disc. They say I have degenerative disc disease.
Yeah.
Lumbago.
Yeah, they're just throwing crap on the wall to make themselves seem important. And no matter what they name it, Candace, right, they still have no idea what to do to fix it, right?
Right. It's Kristen.
Kristen, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kristen.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
So the active problems that I have anxiety, not just with this whole process, just because this has been a complete, wake-up call transition for me. I just have to learn to live with it. But I feel like they give me meds for everything. So one of the most recent diagnoses I had was fibromyalgia and the degenerative disc disease. But I also have a hemipelvis syndrome and a low left leg syndrome.
Yeah.
So everything on one side is shifted. So I have digestive problems digesting food and going to the bathroom. It takes a long time. And
have you seen a chiropractor for that or not?
I've previously seen a chiropractor, but it doesn't help it has not helped.
Okay.
And I think it's because of the damage to my spinal cord. Because even though they've done the fusion, I still have to go in and they do Botox injections, nerve ablation surgeries where they go in and cut the nerve.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with all of it. Yeah,
and Botox injections help with the migraines. I have had vision changes, mood changes. They call it idiopathic pearl neuropathy, lumbar radiopathy, numbness and tingling, sciatica, and I have problems with my urine pain because it hurts to urinate, and I urinate frequently. So when I have to go, I have to run to the bathroom.
Yeah, I get it.
But the big thing is that they call it cervicalia. I don't know what that is, but I'm just listing some of the diagnoses as well as just active problems I've had. But I also have a broken tailbone. But yeah, the only big surgery that I had was the neck. But after that, I have trouble walking without support of a stroller or a grocery cart. But with the treatment I'm getting currently, they put in a heel lift and a pelvic lift. So when I sit, I put a New Testament on my left butt cheek. And then I have a heel lift in my left shoe. So
it's not
since
a bad
I have
idea.
those two things, I've had less tripping.
Yeah.
But I just have problems. I'm never hungry. I mean, not never hungry because I eat, but I just
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, everything in the body is intimately connected. And when one part of the body is in pain for an extended period of time, that's going to have ripple effects on every other part of the body, and it's only a matter of time until your mood and your energy and your appetite are also affected. And, you know, this is not something that you have to live with, for goodness sake. This is something that you have to deal with and attempt to support your body's ability to get on the other side of it. Now, listen, I am not in the business of giving false hope. I do not do that. And I got to tell you something. I have seen there are like 10 remarkable health turnarounds. Like, oh my God, that's like just this side of a miracle with longevity. 10 that I haven't counted, right around there, right? 2 of the, like, oh my God, that's like a miracle. Health recoveries that I've seen where one was with a young woman who was in a wicked bad automobile accident. She had a number of different surgeries. The last surgery that they did, the MDs put a bone screw. They screwed a screw right into her spinal cord, and they paralyzed her from the waist down. She was in massive amounts of pain. Of course, she couldn't walk, and 6 months later, the pain's gone, and she's walking. It was unbelievable. Another kid, a young man, was in a motorcycle accident, completely smashed everything. I mean, it was just like just a soup, no more bones, just soup. Within 9 months, 80% of his complaints were gone. So, look, I don't know, how far gone your system is. I don't know how far it is. Neither does your orthopedic doctor. And quite frankly, this is a very important distinction for you to make, Kristen. This is a very important distinction for you to make. Republicans look at life one way, Democrats look at life another. They're both dealing with the same set of problems, but they look at them through 2 completely different lenses. And let's not even talk about communists, because they look at the same set of problems through a completely different filter. Baptists, Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims, Roman Catholics, born-again Christians, they all have different understandings of the world through which they, try to make their way through life. Well, it's no different in medicine. And your medical doctor may be the nicest person that God ever created, but your medical doctor, by virtue of their training, does not know what's best for you. They only know what they've been trained in. And now, interestingly enough, the method that they've been trained in is referred to as allopathic reductionism. Your medical doctor doesn't practice medicine. They practice allopathic medicine. I practice naturopathic medicine, right? There's many different types of medicine, many different types of dog, many different types of medicine. Well, your medical doctor practices allopathic medicine, and allopathic medicine argues that once you're sick, you're screwed. Your body really doesn't have an ability to fix itself, and your only option is to let the physician, the MD, manage your symptoms with drugs and surgery, right? A cure is not probable. A cure is not sought after. A cure is not even on the radar. The MD's job is just to manage your symptoms, keep you alive as long as is possible, and if you need to be taking 65 drugs to secure that, well, then that's just life, and suck it up, young lady, and take your drugs, and that's how they think. Now, I'm not against drugs. I love drugs. Every time I go to the dentist's office, I'm like thanking God for Novocaine, right? Sometimes a drug is awesome, and it'll save your life, and it's the best thing since sliced bread. Well, sliced gluten-free bread. But the fact of the matter is, the way that the MDs prescribe drugs most of the time is in keeping with their allopathic reductionistic philosophy, which argues that the human body is a biochemical bag waiting to break, and when it does break, you can't fix it. You just got to keep throwing drugs in there to orchestrate a hostile takeover of the biochemistry of the body, and then, die. So, on the other hand, every holistic physician in the world argues, well, the human body knows how to fix itself. The human body wants to fix itself. The human body is attempting all of the time to fix itself. I don't know where the point of no return is. So every single solitary time in longevity, we give people nutritional support. Get the heck out of the way and see how far back the body is able to bounce. And often we are astounded at the degree to which the body is able to fix itself. So please tell me your body weight once more.
160 pounds.
All right. So here's what I want you to do every month for the first 3 months. and I want you to call me every 4 weeks and report on the radio what's happening, okay?
Okay.
I want you to do this every month for the next 3 months. Number 1, you must stop all 10 bad foods. You can get that list for free on my website, or just go get my book. It's free, freedoctorbook.com, freedoctorbook.com. You can download it to your computer, and in the back of the book is the list of the 10 bad foods. All right, you got to stop eating all 10 of those foods yesterday. Number 2, you need to start using sea salt or Himalayan salt on your food that you do eat, and you want to salt your food liberally so that it tastes good. Don't be afraid of salt. Number 3, here are the supplements that I would like you to take every month for the next 3 months. 1, Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 Liquid. 1, Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 Liquid. 1 of those per month. 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium per month. 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium per month. 1 bottle of Cal Toddy. It's a SuperLife product. The SuperLife is a subsidiary of Youngevity's. It's SuperLife Cal Toddy. 1 bottle of SuperLife Cal Toddy per month. 2 bottles of Cherry Mins. 2 bottles of Cherry Mins per month. 2 bottles of Cherry Mins per month. And I have to do some quick math here. 480, and 2 bottles per month of Glucogel at the 240 count. Youngevity has Glucogel capsules and Glucogel liquid. I would like you to get the Glucogel capsules, please, and I would like you to get 2 of the capsule bottles that have 240 Glucogel capsules in them. 2 of those a month. Do that for 4 weeks. Call me back with a report, and I'll dial it in a little more if I need to. Lean on your upline for advice about how to take. Carlos, I've listened to that song for 30 years, man. Some things just never get old. Isn't that awesome? Hey, let's stay up in Canada. Let's go to Alberta and talk to Karen. Hey, Karen, thanks for the call. You are live. Karen in Alberta.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
Which city? Well, hold on. Which city in Alberta?
Edmonton.
Oh, we love Edmonton.
Yeah.
How are those Oilers doing?
Oh.
Good friend of mine, the guy that fills in for me every Friday, Mike Phillip, goes up to Edmonton on a regular basis. Is that how you found out about Youngevity?
No, actually through a friend.
Oh, very good. Very good. Have you lived in Edmonton your whole life?
I have. Yeah.
And has it started to snow there yet?
No, not yet. But we did get some like in September, but
You know, I have a bone to pick with my Canadian crew because I have a number of people in the province of Alberta who are dyed-in-the-wool Youngevity fans, and our Youngevity group is growing every week up there. But for some reason, they always schedule me to come and give a lecture in Alberta in the middle of the winter, and I just don't get it. I think they're trying to rub it in. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really cold here, for sure. Yeah.
So enough of this fooling around the campfire here, Karen. That's not why you called. Thanks so much for calling. How can I help?
Okay, I got diagnosed 21 years ago with MS. I had relapsing remitting at the time.
Yeah, relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, 21 years ago, and had some really severe symptoms then, but was put on prednisone for a while and got, for the most part better. A few symptoms over the years, but not much until about 7 years ago. It turned to secondary progressive. Yeah. And then I started getting, more severe symptoms. I have basically a lot of muscle stiffness, weakness, spasticity, muscle spasms, muscle cramps, mostly in my legs.
Okay.
Discomfort, hard to walk, poor balance, low energy.
Yeah, it's neurological stuff is just a real pain in the neck. I mean, it's just overarching, and it's just you feel like your body's kind of betrayed you, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a big bad voodoo daddy. So look, well, I would encourage you to go to my website, become an insider if you haven't done it already, or, talk to the person that invited you to Longevity. Maybe they are an insider, because I did a 60-minute long webinar with slides and the whole dissertation on what we believe the holistic methodology is around the genesis of multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, Lou Gehrig's disease. I lined it all up, and it was a really good presentation, if I do say so myself. And so if you go to my website, become an insider now, for goodness sake, you become an insider for 7 days. And if you don't like it, we give you your money back, right? So I would check that out. Now, I'm going to tell you live on the radio kind of in a nutshell of what we think about this and what to do to support healthy nerve function. But really, this is kind of a complicated subject. Well, it's not a complicated subject, but there's stuff that you need to know that I'm not going to be able to, disseminate in 3 minutes over the radio, right? So.
Okay, so what is that seminar called?
It's called, once you become an insider, you go into the archives, the health webinar archives, and the title of the webinar is MS, Parkinson's disease, and something else, but
I'll watch that.
You won't be able to miss it, okay? All right. So, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but iron turns to rust very easily, right?
Right.
Yeah. Food goes bad. Food spoils, fruit spoils, vegetables spoil, meat spoils, mountains turn to dust, iron turns to rust. Everything decays on the face of planet Earth. And one of the main engines of decay and destruction for everything, whether it's a mineral or a vegetable or an animal on planet Earth, is an insidious process which is present everywhere all the time called oxidative damage.
Right.
Oxidative damage is a big bad voodoo daddy. It's everywhere all the time, and in some places there's more of it, in some places there's less of it. We believe that oxidative damage is the main operative force here, which is hurting your nerves, and so we need to get on the other side of oxidative damage. We need to support your body's ability to fight oxidative damage in a big way. And that's what the therapeutic revolves around, fighting oxidative damage, which is just a normal part of life. As it turns out, your body has a fire department, and I'm going to tell you on the other side of the break how to support and promote a healthy and strong fire department inside the human body. So glad you found me. Stick around. So much more to come. So glad you stuck around with us. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your trust more than anything else. We are a grassroots coalition of the informed, and we are attempting here to spread our message of health recovery through science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition developed and delivered by licensed physicians trained in this stuff to anybody with ears to hear. We're talking to Karen from Alberta right now, who recently is experiencing a relapse of multiple sclerosis. Karen, are you still with me?
I am. And
all right.
I tell you, too, that I've been using the Longevity products for about between 3 and 4 months.
Yeah.
And beginning of September, I went gluten-free, stopped doing the 10 bad foods. I've been doing, I noticed the energy change as soon as I went gluten-free. But I still have a lot of stiffness, a lot of pain and discomfort.
Okay, so what's the nature of the pain? Is it because of the muscle stiffness?
Yes. Muscle spasms.
All right, good. So how much do you weigh?
110 pounds. Okay,
well, you'll be easy. Okay, good. So here's what I would like you to do every month for the next 3 months. And, call me back every 4 weeks with a report, because at 110 pounds, there should be noticeable change within 4 weeks, okay? So, per month, I would like you to do 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid.
Okay.
1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. 1 bottle of Cal Toddy. That's a SuperLife product. That's a subsidiary of Longevity. It's in the back office. But in the drop-down list, it's under SuperLife. It's a liquid calcium called Cal Toddy. That's C-A-L.
I have it.
Cal Toddy. Okay, good.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium. 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium.
Okay.
1 bottle of Immortalium.
Okay.
1 bottle of plant-derived minerals.
So is that the liquid or the pill?
Yeah, liquid. You could do, I'll give you a choice. You can do the liquid plant-derived minerals, or you can do the cherry mints.
Okay.
Cherry mints has a much better taste.
Okay.
One bottle of that a month, please. And the secret sauce here is the triple treat chocolate.
Okay.
I want you to do, if you can do it, four boxes of triple treat chocolate a month.
Yeah, that's 3 pieces a day, right? That's what I can do.
Okay, yep. That's it. Now, a diet high in cholesterol is the key.
Okay.
You got to eat eggs. You got to eat full-fat yogurt, full-fat milk, something, I don't care. Butter, chicken with the skin, right? Cholesterol crazy, man.
Yeah.
I would have 80% of your diet. 80% of your diet be healthy fat. 80%.
Wow.
Well, that's what, and interestingly enough, you don't hear about this a lot because the press is what the press is, and, there's like 5 corporations that own the world, right? And so you're not going to hear this. Harvard University came out with a study 2 years ago, I think, 2 years ago. And their conclusion was that people with neurological illnesses, a diet that's 80% fat is beneficial. Of course, that didn't catch on in the popular press, but even Harvard agrees with us in this regard.
Okay.
So you got to go crazy for cholesterol. Now, sometimes that's easy, sometimes that's difficult. Naturopathic medicine is available in your province, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you may want to find a local naturopath.
I have been going.
And tell them that Dr. Glidden says he recommends you get a concentrated cholesterol in a capsule. Because that's available. There's a company somewhere that makes cholesterol, and they purify cholesterol, put it in a capsule, and it's a prescription. You can get it. You can't get it over the counter.
Okay.
But I would get it, and I would take it. Now, also...
Like how much, or just let them decide that?
Yeah, they'll be able to decide it. Well, once you get it, call me back. If they don't know how to dose it, you call me back on the show. Tell me what the concentration is per capsule, and I'll tell you what to do.
Okay.
I don't have this information at my fingertips. Otherwise, I'd just tell you now. But anyway, that's how you do it.
Okay, so that's actually a prescription item.
Well, you can only get, the only people that can stock that in their office and dispense it are, people with a medical license.
Okay.
Okay. So now the only other thing is you need to become the antioxidant queen of Edmonton.
Okay.
You need to know everything there is to know about antioxidants, and you need to secure a minimum of 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day.
Okay.
Now, the triple treat chocolate, if you do 3 pieces a day, that's like 58,000, 57,000. So you need about, 43,000 more. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2 scoops will give you 8,000. So you're going to need about 35,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. 35,000 ORAC points. Let's bump that up to 50. So in addition...
Cell Shield.
I'm sorry, Cell Shield. You can do Cell Shield. At 110 pounds, I'd be careful with Cell Shield, because if you do too much Cell Shield, in order to get your ORAC up, it's going to lower your blood pressure, and it's going to make you feel lightheaded, and you're going to feel like you don't have any energy.
So don't take Cell Shield?
Well, it wouldn't be my first choice. Okay. It really wouldn't. The Immortalium would, and off the top of my head, I forget how much ORAC the Immortalium has. I think it's 8,000 per 2 caps.
Okay.
So after everything's said and done with the longevity supplements, you're still going to need 50,000 ORAC a day of antioxidants. So you're going to have to figure out how to do that. And, if it's in the budget, you just want to do more chocolate, I'm okay with that. If you want to do more Immortalium, I'm okay with that. Don't do Cell Shield. Not at your body weight. That's not a good idea.
So how much more Immortalium, or how much?
Well, you'd have to do the math and figure it out.
Okay.
And it'll say on the bottle how many, it's per 2 caps, I think it's 8,000 ORAC, or maybe it's per 4 caps, I don't know.
And it's okay to double that or whatever?
Yeah, you can do as much of the immortalium as you want. You can do a bottle a day of that stuff if you want.
Okay.
No harm and no foul. But, we need not overlook the obvious. I mean, so there's cinnamon and curry powder and cloves and cayenne pepper and green tea and red wine and walnuts, right? And all of these things are very high in antioxidants.
Okay.
So, and there's certain types of coffee you can get, whole fruit coffee instead of just the coffee bean. I don't know. Are you a coffee drinker?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, green tea? Well, there you go. Go crazy for green tea. If you can find it, white tea has even more antioxidants in it. So. Okay.
What about rooibos?
Yeah, you can do rooibos, but you got to be careful with rooibos because at 110 pounds, rooibos can really kind of amp you up a little too much and make you feel like a little you've just had 3 or 4 shots of espresso. And I don't know what the ORAC count for rooibos is. I don't know it. But, I'm sure that it has one. So you're going to have to do the math and figure out how you're going to get an extra 50,000 ORAC into your body every day and how you're going to secure a diet that's 80% fat. This is the sticking point. I got to tell you. The people that I've seen recover or get better with neurological diseases went crazy for cholesterol. And I mean they went crazy for cholesterol. So that's a key. I can tell you that that's a key. I can tell you that that's not easy to do, which is why I think a cholesterol capsule might not be a bad option here for you.
Okay, so is healthy fats, does that include like avocados?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yep. And if you're going to have cow's milk or goat's milk or sheep's milk or derivatives thereof, cheese or yogurt, make sure it's full fat.
Right.
Right? Not skim or 2%. It's full fat or no fat as far as I'm concerned for you from now on. Okay. And the easiest way to get cholesterol into the body is eggs and butter.
Okay.
So you can get creative about how you do that, right?
Okay.
Okay. So that's really it in a nutshell. And remember, what we're looking for is a specific and measurable noticeable change. So now, because you've got a lot of things all bundled together here, I would get a legal pad, and on the left-hand column, I would write down all the things that are bothering you. I'd line them up one at a time.
Okay.
And then every week, I would check in with that symptom and give it a score from 0 to 10. 0 being it's all gone, and 10 being, just take me into the pasture and shoot me in the head because it hurts so much, right?
Okay.
Because that way you'll be able to see over the course of, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 12 weeks, if you're getting better. Because the way that the mind works, right, you might have 7 things that are bothering you. 4 of them go away completely. But because 3 are still hanging fire, you forget about the 4 that are gone completely and you're just focused on the 3 that are still remaining and you don't have any perspective on the healing process. That's really easy to do that, especially with neurological illnesses. So if you keep a record of your improvement, right, or lack thereof,
right,
you'll have a better sense of whether the protocol is effective or whether we need to switch it up. But we are looking here, and especially in a 110-pound person, for something to change in a positive direction that's noticeable and measurable within 4 weeks.
Okay, yeah, because I've been doing this for longer than that. I haven't noticed much of a thing.
Okay, so and you're 100% sure you're 100% gluten-free?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I will tell you one more thing that I have seen with especially chronic diseases, stuff that people have had for a long time. And arguably, this game has been afoot in your body for decades now, and prednisone doesn't do anything to stop the degenerative process, which we believe is affiliated with or associated with MS.
I was looking on that for 6 weeks.
Yeah, it just kind of covers it up. But you had the MS symptoms decades ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So presumptively, there's been low-level oxidative damage happening in your body for a long, long time, right?
Yeah.
So often with people that have been suffering, with stuff for decades rather than months, well, what will happen is you get on board with the therapy, you change your diet, you take the supplements, you feel a little bit more energy, maybe your blood pressure changes, maybe your heartburn gets a little bit better, you start sleeping through the night or whatever. But really, other than that, nothing of any real substance happens. But you maintain the discipline because intuitively you feel like it's a good thing to do. So 4 weeks goes by, 8 weeks goes by, 12 weeks goes by, 16 weeks goes by. Who knows how long it's going to take? 9 months down the road, you wake up one day and it's like somebody flipped a switch. And all of a sudden, you feel incrementally better in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's like, it's like watching a big jet liner take off. It takes a long time for that sucker to roll down the runway just for even the nose to lift off. But then it reaches a certain point, and then boom, it's 3,000 feet in the air in 5 seconds. And that's what often the healing here is like for people that have been dealing with stuff for decades. So maintain the discipline here. Medical nutrition it's a good friend, and sometimes it takes a while for that investment to produce returns, but maintain the discipline. I don't think you'll be sorry. And call me back every 4 weeks. I'll look forward to it. Appreciate you very much.
Do I take extra EFA as well?
Hold on. I'll answer that when we come back.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for spending more time with me today. I sure do appreciate it. Let's go back to Karen in Alberta. She had a great question about more EFAs. Yeah, Karen, that's a really good way to get more healthy fats into your body is with the EFAs. In your case, what I would do is I would lean on the EFA Plus.
Okay.
And I would do a total of 3 bottles of the EFA Plus a month. That's 9 a day. 3 with breakfast, 3 with lunch, and 3 with dinner. Now, if you're doing that much at your body weight, you want to look to see if you start to bruise easily. If you start to bruise easily, then you need to cut down on the essential fatty acid dosage by 3 capsules a day. Okay?
Okay. I've been taking 6 of those a day and 3 of the ones. The
multi-EFAs?
Yeah.
Or the other ones, yeah. I would lean entirely on the EFA Plus, and I would do 9.
Okay.
Now, in the little commercial break here, I had a little memory intuitive insight flash. There's an underutilized product in longevity that you may find beneficial here. It's called Renew IQ. Renew IQ. And it was specifically developed, believe it or not, by a guy from Harvard to support and promote healthy brain function. And you may find it to have kind of secondary beneficial results here. Given the serious nature of this problem that you're up against, I don't think it's a bad idea to implement that for 3 months as an experiment as part of this protocol. So it's called Renew IQ. It's in a powder like the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It has kind of a bitter, grapey taste. Follow the recommendations on the bottle. I don't know how many scoops a day it is, but it'll tell you there. I would do one at 110 pounds. I would do 1 Renew IQ a month for 3 months and see if that gives you any extra traction. And I'm sure that also has an ORAC score.
Okay.
So we might kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay. And what about glucogel or CM Plus, to help with the cramping and stuff?
Well, the glucogel, not so much. The only time that glucogel would be necessary here is if there was specifically an arthritic thing that was diagnosed. It doesn't sound like that's at play with you.
Okay.
CM cream can be used topically anywhere on the body.
I don't find the cream makes much difference.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that I wouldn't lean on the cream has been clinically proven to produce results, like over 90% of the time,
right,
with arthritic conditions.
Muscles.
Arthritic conditions specifically.
Right.
For this type of muscle thing, you need more calcium and you need more selenium. So also, as an experiment, for 7 days in a row, what you might find interesting is to do 4 ounces of the liquid calcium a day. Do a half an ounce of the Beyond Osteo FX and a half an ounce of the Cal-Toddy mixed together in a little bit of orange juice 4 times a day for 7 days. Okay. And see if that extra amount of calcium and magnesium produces a noticeable positive change in the muscle pain and tension. If it does, then you can maintain that therapeutic dose. If there's no change whatsoever in the muscle condition after 7 days of 4 ounces a day, then you can go back to the 2 ounce a day dose.
Okay, so 4 ounces of calcium.
Yeah, so 1 ounce of calcium 4 times a day for 7 days.
Okay, mixed with a half ounce of...
Yeah, no. So to get that 1 ounce of calcium, mix a half an ounce of the Beyond Osteo and a half an ounce of the Cal-Toddy together.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, and do that 4 times a day.
Yeah, with a little bit of orange juice each time or some type of citrus, right? Pineapple juice, orange, pineapple, banana.
And how long can you actually maintain that? If it's working, how long can you maintain that?
Indefinitely. There's no harm and no foul.
That much more calcium?
No harm and no foul. Notwithstanding, if you start to get diarrhea, then you need to back off on the dosage. But that would be the only caveat there. There's no harm and no foul in doing that if it's effective.
Okay. And do I want enzymes or flora?
I wouldn't go there. You can always do those as add-ons if you need to, but that wouldn't be the first thing that I would think of. Enzymes, certainly. Flora, I only recommend Flora 4 times a year when the seasons change for a month at a time, unless, of course, you've had a big experience with antibiotics. But those would be secondary add-ons, not primary add-ons. We're out of time, Karen. Regretfully, I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your patience and your support. I am your steadfast advocate for health. See you around.